Welcome back, everyone. John Moody here with Johnny Learns Gardening, back with another weekly garden update. Today is Saturday, October 19th. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning, and last time I checked it was 50 degrees. That was roughly an hour ago. It's supposed to get up to 70 degrees later on in the evening, so I'll say it's about 55, 60 degrees. It's getting cold out. So here we go. This is my grape tomato plant. Producing a lot. Some of it is ripening. And because of the weather and the state that these guys are in, I don't know if I should harvest them now and let them ripen off the vine, or if I should just take my chances and see what the weather allows me to do. Anyway, got a lot of clusters. They look like they're doing great. Ben has harvested a couple. I've eaten one. Even though the color was right, it was still kind of tough. I don't know if there's something I didn't do right or what, but it was okay. Coming around. All right. Still got the basil going on in there. Can I get a shot? I cannot get a clear shot, but trust me, it's in there. Starting to develop all these spots. On my last video, I talked about how I was getting attacked by rust and didn't realize it. To be completely honest with you, I don't know if rust is what it actually is. I've been watching lots of videos on it, and there are many different types of fungal diseases. Blight is one of them, tomato blight. This is the beefsteak tomato plant. There's a little crack on that one. Few tomatoes are pretty good size. The blight, or I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's the rust or whatever else. But anyway, it's taken over. From what I'm gathering, it's gonna happen. It's all over the place. There's not really a whole lot I can do. There are some things that I've seen videos on that I'm going to attempt to try. But like I said, it's all on the neighboring plants. The story goes, a few summers ago, I was taking the dogs on a walk, and when I walked through my front lawn, my shoes had a bunch of orange stuff on it, and I really didn't know what it was. The tree in my front yard had a bunch of orange spots on it, so through my research, I just deduced that it was rust. And I didn't have a vegetable garden at the time, so I didn't really care. So now I'm starting to care. Like, what can I do if I can do anything? There are a few solutions that you can make up involving baking soda. You can have dish soap and neem oil. But they say to test it out, and I have yet to test it out before you apply it everywhere. What else? If it is rust, they say to not compost it, but as I talked about before, I feel like that's a big waste of all of this organic material that could be used. Again, I don't want it to come back. At the same time, it's everywhere anyway, so why waste it? That's kind of my thought process. But I'm gonna try out some solution. I did buy a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. There was a video I watched saying how hydrogen peroxide is a chemical, so that means it's not going to be organic anymore. The gentleman talked about how it's a mild chemical, so it doesn't really make that big a difference, but that's why I don't buy any pesticides or fungicides or herbicides for all of the weeds and stuff, or for all of those issues, but because I'm trying to be as organic as possible. But I'm willing to give hydrogen peroxide a try. So the thing about hydrogen peroxide is it will kill the beneficial microbes as well. So I'm reluctant to apply it to all of the mulch that I have. That's another issue that I want to talk about. Theodore, get out of there. Okay. So anyway, back to the garden. Here is the green bean plant. I've been pointing the camera at it while I've been talking about all that. Production has been significantly slower. However, I'm still getting stuff. I harvested maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I let these guys grow. Looks like I'm about due to harvest again. Got some guys going on there. I'm trying to not be as shaky while I hold my phone. I did have a commenter on one of my videos about the raised garden bed. I don't know why it was at an angle, but the complaint was he couldn't watch my video because it was making him dizzy. Sorry, I'm trying my best. I'm learning as I'm going. Hopefully that diagonal angle won't affect anybody, and hopefully the shakiness doesn't affect anybody. But anyway, what else do I have to show? So I've also noticed in all of that there are some potential radishes growing in there, as well as this guy over here. So like this one, you can kind of see. Can I get a better shot? Oh, it's red right there. Let's just go ahead and pull it. Let's just see what happens. Pulling it. There's a radish. Look at that. I had no idea it was even there. It has been in there way too long. I thought that because that top part was sticking out, that it wasn't going to be doing very well. Looks like it did awesome. It's all split open. I probably won't eat it. I'll just compost it, but that's cool. I should probably pull out all the other ones too. There's this guy right here. What do you got going on? See, nothing. That's kind of what I was expecting. This part of it was sticking out, so I didn't think that I would be getting a bulb like that, just like this one. So this was kind of what I was anticipating. This I feel like was a waste, but that's okay. You learn as you go. Thought I saw a couple more in there. Let's go ahead and throw this in there. So while I'm over here, I guess I'll talk about it. My wife was letting me know that Theodore over there, who we just saw in the bed, was eating some of the compost. He hasn't shown any sign of sickness, so I don't really care. That's kind of the whole point of putting stuff out here, so that the creatures can eat it and break it down and whatever. Obviously, I'm not using any dog castings, but he's an old man. We'll let him do what he wants, I guess. But she did say to fix that problem, so I do have some fencing, the same stuff I have over here behind the shed. I will cover it up. I don't think it's enough to wrap around, but I will be a little more proactive about keeping the dogs out of here. Let's walk around. Grapes, same old, not doing anything. I don't know if I'm doing more harm than good, but I'm probably blocking out sun. I don't know how much it even matters, but that was the first one. That was the second one. They look exactly the same as they did when I first bought them. Over here, we have some corn. So they're in there. They're coming up. I don't know if they'll come up in time, but there they are. There's the beefsteak tomato plants from the other side. Thought I had one pretty ripe down there. There you go. That's a closer look for you guys. And I don't know if being on the ground is bad or what, but that's where he is. I'll probably pull him soon just to see what happens. Again, I don't know if that's a pepper plant, but back to the seeds that I planted for the fall. We see the corn, Brussels sprouts, no peppers, not sure. I'm thinking that might be a pepper. It also might be a tomato. Too young for me to tell. I'll take a picture and Google it, see what they say. What else did I plant? The onions and green onions. Again, I was shocked to see the radishes, so maybe it's something that I'm not really expecting. All right, I'm gonna cut here and take you to the side of the house. Here we are at the side of the house. Got the black cherry tomato plant my wife bought this year, resting on the plastic car. Yeah, it's produced fairly well. Still got some stuff going on. Cool. This is the blueberry plant. Last video I pointed out something was digging in there. I don't know if that was one of the dogs nuzzling through, or if a squirrel came through and was digging up, or a rat, or whatever else. But it's winter time, the weather's bad. Not bad, but it's been really cold. The other day when I woke up to go to work, there was actually frost on the windows of the car. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how the plants will respond. Looks like not very well. This is the cucumber plant, rogue cucumber plant. It started out really slow, or really late, and grew really slowly. It got this far. Doesn't look like it's gonna make it. What is this? Some type of weed. I don't know what that is, so I'll pull it. I wonder if this is part of the strawberry. Anyway, that is the strawberry stick. So I imagine that if the strawberries were to actually grow, that it would have grown there. So hopefully I didn't just kill it, because strawberries are supposed to be able to come back. Oh well, what's done is done. I'll try again next year. The mint is plentiful, that's what I'll say. It's growing. Again, it was a slow grower. I didn't think that I would get this much. I tried last year, didn't get anything at all. And to be honest with you, I don't use it. Haven't used it. Not in cooking. I used to be a bartender, so I thought it would have been cool to make some mojitos, but looks like there's some fungus stuff growing on here. I don't know if those are other weeds or baby mints growing in there, but yeah. 2 rogue black cherry tomato plants. I don't know if they complement each other. I don't know if they're fighting for the same nutrients, but I let it go, so that's what's happening. Few fruit have formed, but not a lot. This is the parsley. Kind of the same thing. Why did I grow it? I started to make maybe like a tabbouleh type of salad. I brought the wrong kind. This is flat Italian style parsley. I thought that I was supposed to get the curly kind, but what's done is done, and that's what I got. Another rogue black cherry tomato plant. Had a few things growing. Here's the basil. The basil is now showing signs of fungal growth, I guess. I don't know. Deterioration because of the weather. I don't know. Some type of disease, whatever those black spots are. I actually used some of this. We started to use this at work, so that was kind of what made me happier to have it. My wife actually made some soup the other day, and she asked if I had any basil. I sure did. I harvested some leaves and froze it and was ready for her when she asked for it, so that was cool. This is the cilantro. So I already harvested the seeds that were on here. I probably should just cut that off and compost it. These seeds are approaching readiness for harvesting. Not quite there yet, but yeah, I got a packet of seeds, so that's cool. And then the second blueberry plant, again, looks like something was digging through there, nuzzling around. Again, I don't know if it was the dogs or some other animal, but that's it as far as the update. Let's go back to the raised garden bed, because I do have a few things that I would like to talk about. Okay, here we go. So I already said a little bit about the fungal diseases. The more videos I watch, the more I realize how common it actually is. Like I said, there are a few solutions that I am willing to try, others that I am not willing to try. I'm not going to buy all those chemicals and things like that. And against advice, I do plan to compost this, so we'll see what happens. You learn as you go. That's the whole point of this. If it causes me too many problems next year, then I'll do what I'll have to do. But for now, my plan is to mix up a home solution of the hydrogen peroxide only on the foliage up here. I'm not going to put any on the mulch because a lot of those leaves that I've mulched were from the tree out front, which I had talked about earlier is what I thought had the rust. Also, in a previous video, you can kind of see it all over my roses. That's probably why my rose didn't do very well this year. Did all right in the beginning, but then kind of died off. So I really need to do something about it. Then as far as maintenance goes, I've been kind of lazy. I was cutting off all the dead stuff. There are other things you can do with tomatoes and other things, but I didn't do it. Again, my approach was the lazy gardening approach, where I just kind of threw some stuff around and let nature take its course. And I'm not in the woods. I am not in a rural area. So nature is what it is where I'm at. So if you haven't noticed already, I have not had any disruptions from the children. The children have been sent up to their grandmother's house. My wife set up a visit for her mom, and that's where they are. So sorry, no kids in this video. That allows me the opportunity to film and maybe even knock out a couple other videos. My goal is to talk about starting a worm bin, I did film something about 10 things that I've learned, but I don't like the way that it went so far, so I'm gonna do a second attempt, hopefully before the weather gets too bad or I don't want to be out here at all. But yeah, more things to come. Please subscribe, please like, please share. You know the drill. That's it for today. Thank you all very much. Take care. Bye bye.